Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and we're having our second match here for this exciting matchup between TODAK from Malaysia and Boom Esports from Indonesia. I'm PlayOfTheJay, he's Gideon Q, and yeah, we had a cracker of a first game, but how do you feel? This second map is going to be moving on to Haven, indeed.
Yeah. Well, Haven, going to be interesting. A lot of teams like to pick this for their second map. For some reason, I understand why. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like ground on it overall, but I think Boom have definitely showed that they are the more adaptable team, and I think, TODAK definitely need to kind of expand their horizons, and I think Haven is a pretty good place to do that because it kind of allows you to be a little bit more flexible with where you rotate.
Yeah, exactly, and I think we didn't see anything, too non-standard when we did see TODAK play, against Armory Gaming when they were on Haven, but they did bring both the raise in lieu of the Cypher, so that's a little bit of a departure from the regular normality. But of course, Boom and Esports themselves didn't even take the Cypher, so this trend of not bringing the most loved Sentinel is actually going to be a little bit of refreshing, I dare say.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I'm not so sure how the Haven matchup is going to be working out, whether both sides are not going to take Cyphers again in hopes to be like, you know what, I'm going to catch them off guard, because I do feel like Boom was ready for the Viper pick in the previous map. So now that it's kind of going to be more even, I'm hoping to see whether or not TODAK is capable of playing Cypher, not that they're actively avoiding it, just to kind of show versatility.
Yeah, and I think especially if Boom Esports is going to be playing aggressive on defense to try and get these picks, it's not going to be so detrimental if they do catch. I mean, there were a couple rounds where they kind of shut down a lot of the options that TODAK had. It's not so much that they can't do other things, it's that you took of the Viper, so you needed to kind of get some mileage out of that, and looks like TODAK going for the same lineup with the raise in lieu of a Cypher, and of course we're going to be seeing the Reyna again from Boom Esports. This is a great lineup. It's going to be a little bit unpredictable as to how the dynamic's going to work out.
I love it, because now it's going to be a little bit more traditional. It's going to fall down to the very traditional fundamentals of these tactical shooters, because Cypher, what was great about him was the fact, and Cypher and Killjoy, what's great about both of these is that they tell lurkers, hey, I don't want you playing this game. The moment we spot you out with one of our utilities, it's basically over for the lurker. He loses his biggest power, which is the element of surprise and coming in from a back flank.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we probably need to see a little bit of these aggressive plays coming out from these players, just to prod and gather a bit of information as to where the attack could be coming from. But now we are going to be seeing the likes of TODAK picking to start on attack, this is going to be quite the trend for them. They're already here on the B side. Balto looking for heads, but Asterix, he's going to be holding this tight angle. Oh, he's going to miss the shots.
Just look at the way they played. Look at the rest of the team while Raze is just kind of chilling by the connector. Oh, misses the first initial shot there, but unfortunately is going to be trading one for one on both sides. It could have been a potential double kill, but unfortunately didn't work out that way.
Well, at least Balto did manage to get something from that. Obviously, the team members here bursting into, well, not really bursting, but walking here into Garage. Oh, but looks like Blaze King, he's going to be able to get one without getting refragged here, but he's red HP, but Notorious, he's going to be able to pick up a Duka, trying to breach into that C-side here, but Senna will be able to get the refrag as he starts to burst in on site. We do have presence coming in here from the Silva, but now look at the stacks here. Not going to quite deal the damage here. The Tailwind working out brilliantly.
But unfortunately, Omen, he has to wait for the Paranoid to end. He gets the first initial kill, twists on over, and gets both, and Super Seas finally takes him out. He was really kind of hunkering down there.
Yeah, and I think once they managed to get the numbers advantage, I think Boom Esports, they didn't really panic.
For Omen to kind of pick and choose where he was going to come out from, whether it be from garage side or from defender spawn side. I think it was just a really good play overall by Boom. Here we go, already starting with the entry frag. He's blind, but he can't see exactly what he's shooting at with the breach, making sure that this midway is absolute a war zone. Penetration coming in from both sides. Lear comes through, passing up to the darkness. He picks up one, goes into dismiss it. Omen, it's a 1v2 situation, but he can't seem to pull it off just yet. Senna still managing to survive. 8 HP. Unfortunately, it's going to be full armor, full weapon area, and a Spectre coming out against Senna's Classic. Oh my goodness, 8 HP.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he's trying to mind game a little bit here. Did have the P, he's going to be backing out towards the C long side. Of course, he doesn't have a lot to work with here. He is 1 HP essentially, and now his opposite number is actually going to be patrolling through the garage side of things, see if he can spot him out. He's got to know that he's low, but this rotation from Senna is going to really be in order to try and pick up the spike as best as possible, clearing the angles with a bit of time remaining.
The worst part about this is that if he makes any noises, Omen will know. So even if he decides to like pick up a gun,
30 seconds left.
A little too close, and the audio can be heard through the double doors. That's when Omen's gonna make a move. He notices. Okay, where did the bomb go? Where is his next position to plant?
Yeah, I think the plant will be going down here as Super Sys not going to be that close to be able to deal with this.
Trying to fake it.
Oh yeah, with the smoke going all the way, the dark cover all the way to C-side, but
10
yeah,
seconds
he's going to
left.
hear the plant going down. Paranoia here going to be throwing off a little bit, but not a lot is going to be in it here, as of course he's just going to be 1 hit, and now at least that's going to be $300 in the bank for each of the TODAK players.
Yeah, I mean that was a good round. That was an almost good round coming in from both sides there, but boom, once again their trading is much better. They're landing more shots overall, and just that HP disadvantage just didn't allow Senna to actually have an opportunity to come back into this.
But it was actually pretty good here coming out from TODAK, because let's not forget there was anti-eco around, and the buys were quite substantial. So
true,
we're seeing a bit of a broken buy coming out here for Boom, and they at the very least they can still get an op, but a couple of light armors and 2 specters. Yeah, it's not the best of situations, but they're going to make do with it. They're going to be against full rifles coming out here from TODAK. Now they're going to be playing a little bit slow here on the start.
Yep, they got to be very careful on the speak here. They quickly drop down the smoke. The owl drone? Did he deploy? I don't think he deployed it. I thought he initially deployed it at first, but it doesn't look like he did. But the enemy Sova on the defender side looking through B, making sure that it's safe, but that's going to be the first pick off here by Balto. As he looks for a second one, that's 2, looking to open up C side.
Oh, looks like they have the control. Excellent play coming out from Balto. He's going to lock down the spawn side of things here, as Senna going to be taking down the plan. But of course, we did see Adrian King take a very aggressive stance on the sewer side of things. He was able to take one of the players, but now they're going to be caught out potentially. But we're not really seeing a lot of refrag potential by the positioning here by Subi, but he doesn't need it. He's got a 1-tap asterisk, and now there's only 1 player remaining for Boom. They have lost so much here in this round.
He didn't notice. He didn't notice him. It was right at his peripheral. He just noticed the tip of his head, and I think Reyna also didn't notice them as well. She's looking through the window, doesn't know that Sova is going to be walking through as everybody is that way. Hold on, they're making a ping onto Gardens here, but Reyna, the moment Raze is going to be dead, the refrag is probably going to happen.
Oh, it gets fought out by Adrian King. Is going to be able to get that one. The wall bangs are going to be good. Subi picks up the 3rd on the round. And that is going to be TODAK able to take it away with 3 players as well. Not able to pick up the op that was dropped by Asterix, but they don't need it. Their economy is going to be pretty good, and they're going to be able to pick one up here for Duka. So now, Duka, he did get picked off on the garden side of things while he was trying to peek into sewer, but it's very common for the defense to start peeking there. But we don't see Adrian King doing that. He's actually going to be backing up his Sova in the garage.
Man, this is like watching some classic tactical shooters. I mean, look at everybody. The way that they are making sure that not only are they looking to push forward, but they also check back once in a while just so in case that the lurker starts popping out. Like, now without the Cypher, the game just feels a little bit more perceptive and reactive.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone says that, or rather, you know, the Cypher might not be taken too seriously on the attacking side, but he does have a very essential purpose, especially when we're at such a competitive level. But now we're starting to see TODAK all piling down here towards that long side of things, and this dark cover might be working against Boom Indonesia if they're not able to spot this out. Currently, no information being granted whatsoever. Could be a very decisive push, but it might be very telling. They're all the way down in Silong as well. They don't spot out TODAK.
The Lear is going to come out. The Paranoia as well has connected as they're looking to clear that side. They didn't clear the back of it. Oh no! It looks like the sewer side finally got that first initial pick. Soma gets another one, and Subby is doing a pretty good job. However, everybody else, the updraft comes through. They can't seem to connect. These shots finally kills him up, but the Shorty has already taken some names.
Oh, now there's only 2 players left remaining. It's gonna be Senna and the Doctor to try and hang out with it. Currently it's 2v1. They're gonna pick off Senna and not able to make use of the Vandal that he's picking up there. Now they do manage to recover the AWP, but I dare say that is a very costly round here from TODAK. Not able to spot out Super Sis, who is hanging out at the top of A short ramps.
Huge win on that round for Boom himself. And hey, by the way, an Easter egg, check it out. It's the bear.
Yeah, you gotta love all these things that Riot has put across the map, and thank you, Observer, for pointing this one out. But yeah, I think you know, looking at Boom Indonesia, they're gonna have that full buy going for them here again. You can see it's slightly broken buy coming up from TODAK, and that's how much damage was done to them in the preceding round.
Yeah, but the question is, I guess they just want to get the momentum back in their favor. They're just playing to their strengths. They'd like to have that momentum on that side because then they feel the confidence to take these, you know, bolder and bigger fights. However, Boom, really, they are just playing a very standard game. They're making sure that they have some really tight communications, especially when it gets chaotic.
Oh yeah, and with the lead currently in favor of Boom Esports 3-1, they are starting to push here through the garage side of things. BlazeKing not spotting Balto out at all, and he's gonna get tapped from the side, and that is gonna be absolutely devastating here. Aduka also getting spotted out on that B mid side.
Talk about bad timing. Stopper coming to Balto here. Is he gonna use it to zone? Yes, he's zoning out his opponents from that side. He's gonna be going into the smoke, holding his position, unless he's feeling a little bold here. But Omen really out of position for the rest of his team. He's got to make something happen, but unfortunately, that flash is going to be a lot longer than he anticipated.
Oh, Senna was able to give the info that the teleport did come out from there, and Senna again going to be able to punish, but looks like Balto and the Doctor are going to go straight down. King is going to be the last player left. He's going to get paranoia right now here in the middle side here, but he's going to be able to come out with it. Of course, he's got Empress available to him as well, and going to be using that for his clutch potential. He's going to come out with it. The 4K on the retake here, and Reyna really delivering the promise here on Haven.
What a clutch coming out of Arcade right now, especially with the Empress. I mean, if he didn't have his ult there and then, he probably would have died trying to get back into cover to reload his gun. But whew, all around good play coming in from Boom.
Oh yes, and this is going to be a little bit difficult for TODAK to continue to buy here. 2 rounds on the trot. They are going to be down a bit, so they are going to be opting for a pistol round, going for 3 sheriffs to boot. So they're just going to try and deal a bit of economic damage because they need to try and prevent this from running away from Boom. But the arrow here is going to spot out Asterix a little bit. He's going to have to back up ever so much.
Oh, 3 people looking to push through sewers all at once here. Omen got some great elevated height. I don't think they're going to see it. Yeah, they just don't. Now he's going to paranoia. Everybody's going to be trying to push on through backwards as the rest of the team is just kind of holding their position. I like what Breach actually did first initially. He took hit by that paranoia and immediately looked to hide. He could have just held his position, but instead he decided to peek out and he got punished for it.
Yeah, the extra gun, regardless, is still going to be good. But now they're bursting here onto the seaside. They're going to spot out Notorious here. He's going to get paranoid, but they're not in position to stop him. But it doesn't matter. Duka will be able to use it. Gets the second one on it. BlazeKing as well. Now 2 players coming in, one from the B-Link and from spawn side. But with enough of this smoke cover here for Duka, this is going to slightly delay this push. He's going to actually be able to pick up the guns for his teammates here, and that might prove decisive.
Yeah, that's a smart play overall, but unfortunately doesn't actually get that initial frag. That's 1, 2 more to go. Unfortunately, it's going to be shot right through it here. King already has what he needs. Thrifty, good round coming in from TODAK as Subby is clutch it out.
That was such a crucial round here from the Malaysian team, as they really needed to get that one. And you know, the fact that it was an eco round, just pistols on the board, they have to be really pleased with their ability there, and they traded out with Notorious pushing onto that C site.
Yeah, it looks like TODAK is capable to actually take Boom on, especially when they are playing on the low, especially when they're trying to go for the anti-eco round as well. Both sides have done it. Got big guns, doesn't matter. We just got better aim.
Yeah, and you know, this just highlights why Jet is so good, especially on these eco rounds. Can just pop the ultimate of Bladestorm and manage to get 2 frags in the process. But now, let's see how this rifle round is going to be going. But with Hunter's Fury bursting out here and not going to really quite... Oh, it actually does hit the Doctor, and he's going to get picked off all the way towards spawn.
Now they're both just pinned here as they play this peek in game, and unfortunately, the Doc ain't gonna win. Breach gonna walk back into C now. Alden King already found his first pick with the help of Asterix from the top side, making sure that mid is not going well. Subby lands his shots. Really nice headshot there onto the Sova. He's gonna keep guns, but unfortunately, Alden King, he does not miss. What were the margins of hitting that headshot?
Well, the shot's completely on point there, Gideon, and now that does mean that Boom Esports has managed to answer back quite decisively, and they're not going to allow consecutive round wins. And, you know, I dare say that this is the most impactful onto TODAK's economy because they're just not able to build up the round bonus here, or rather they have to start again here, and they're only going to get 1,900 for their troubles after that one. So they are going to go for a little bit of an eco here. Duka wanting to go for the op, but it might be a bit ill-fated, so he's going to be opting for the Stinger instead.
All right, who's gonna make the pick? Because right now Boom is getting very aggressive. They're all the way up. They're all the way up in garage as well as they push out through B main, looking to try and cut off whoever's at double doors. They already found the range. Good, but the rest of the team is gonna be pushing through C long. They already took out the anchor. They got to kill off Soma, who's sitting by the garage. They finally cut it off with the smoke. Now Jet is gonna have to play this slow as they drop the bomb on the opposite side rather than the default side.
Oh, Blaze King is turning this into a shooting gallery here. Blaze King will be able to finish things off. He gets the 4K on the round, and I really have to commend the kind of coordination that we're seeing in terms of reactions coming out from Boom Esports, and especially when Balto was trying to push through the garage side of things, they kind of knew the pressure he's putting on there. The paint shells forcing the repositioning within garage, but the flank was good from Adrian King coming down from that mid side at the same time.
I mean, just look at this. They are forced to not do their regular pulse plant setup, which is, you know, put it along the side facing towards C long, and that would have been a really decent position because nobody else was trying to look to flank. They were playing from garage and they were playing from spawn. But at that point in time, what can you really do? They pushed through garage already. They're already waiting for you on both left and right. No matter what you do, you're gonna need some utility to bail you out of that situation.
Yeah, Boom Esports just so fast on the reactions. They're able to get in position, but Duka is going to be better with the reactions at the start of this round. A drinking here going to be going down as he is trying to go for a little bit of a peek here on the sewer side. Now he does have backup in the form of Super Assist to really protect his body, but TODAK, they can afford to take their time. Senna, though, he's going to get picked off, moving on the C side here, but also trading out. But oh, look at the push out coming here from Asterix. He's going to take down his opposite number, and that's your up on the ground. Not a lot that TODAK can do about that. They only have 2 players left here on the grass and garage side.
Oh boy. 2v3, they just got their spike back. It looks like they could get on C once again, but so far the success of Boom retaking C is really, really high. Jet still holding her position. That's notable because she's going to be super late the moment the bomb is planted onto C. So eventually she's going to have to start moving.
Yeah, but I think especially considering that both of the TODAK players here with the low HP, they might just go for the plant and then maybe try and bug out with the weapons that they have available to them. So they're really trying to mind game their opponents, going
30
all
seconds
the
left.
way around the side here to go to A, but there is still going to be problems there as they do have Asterix that might be able to have a say in this story.
Let's see if it connects. She's looking at Jet's looking at Heaven right now. Asterix, he turns down, misses the initial shot here. He still has the tailwind. He's walking up with the ghost, destroys the boom bot. The recon arrow, all right, finally gets rid of it, reveals the position to no avail because that information is basically redundant.
Oh, and now you can already see them abandoning the site a little bit here to try and take these sneaky positions to catch any of the players rotating in here. But we got 2 on the A link starting to push towards connector. Not really going up towards the heaven side of things here. But now Balto, he's going to get spotted out by Asterix. Almost no HP remaining. Not going to be very useful for him. But now Selby moving on the side. He takes down Super Assist there, but Asterix is there to clean up. And now we will see the lead extend to 7-2.
Yep, big lead coming in from Boom here as they continue to outclass TODAK in every single aspect of this map. It's becoming really, really tough. The loose style of TODAK is really starting to hurt them because it looks like their comms are really jumbled up as they are pushing onto site. Where is everybody looking? They're not covering each other's angles.
Yeah, so I think, you know, the focus has to be to try and ensure that they can get the trades going. And you know, I can understand like how they took their post-plant positions, but given the fact that they didn't have a lot of HP, they should probably set up a crossfire to try and catch these players, but it didn't help that Astrax was already taking that position on long, so they had to be a little bit aware of that.
Yep, well, the Hour Drone is going to spot out to as the Hunter Fury comes out. Probably hears the tailwind, finds one target, looking for another, but that information is all he needed.
Oh, and he actually hit the raise there, trying to look for the jet that was tagged by the Owl Drone, but now not going to be able to confirm that kill. So this is going to be slowing down a little bit as they try and spawn out any of the positions that TODAK does want to try and advance. Only 3 rounds left in this half.
Yep, once again, they are looking to try and set this up as they got 3 members on C once again. I would like to see a little bit more variation here, especially trying to get on A at least, or we know for a fact that they can actually kind of, you know, contest B and start a battleground zone on the grass, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Sova gonna be the first to get picked off.
Oh, but the push is starting to come in here. And Aduka might have seen there, but he didn't actually take enough action at the same time there on Notorious. They're pushing on the side. Notorious going to get 2 kills here onto the Doctor and Aduka. But now, Senna and Balto, they're going to be fighting back. They're going to slap down the Sova and the Jet. But now there's 2 players coming in for the retake. It's even here. But the Doctor might not get it here. Adrian King will pick up both Balto off the mark here with the ultimate. And now, boom, they are going to be able to get the defuse here on the spike.
Ah, that's super unfortunate. That could have been so much better, but they just needed to land the shots. In these high pressure situations, it is looking like Boom is going to continue to dominate, and once they finish off this half and going into attacker side, it's only going to get worse.
In these gun rounds, the plants are going down here, of course, as we have seen that there's been 3 defuses in a row in terms of the wins, but yeah, I mean, holding off on the post plant has not been easy, and you know, if you're going to expand the utility, you gotta make sure that it delivers.
You gotta get some kind of profit, you know, everything's in check and balance. The room bus that's going through garage once again, everybody's looking to actually make this B push happen. The paranoia does come down, but the Leer is going to slow them down just a little bit. Omen going to get hit by that up. Asterix making sure, but coming in hot with that ult, and unfortunately that Doctor with the ghost is going to knock him out.
Oh my goodness, the Doctor is able to get the kill there, but not much more. Now they are aware of the positioning here of the off, but it is on top of B-Box and they can't exactly grab it. But however, their economy is absolutely healthy, and now considering that this is the final round, it's not going to be very consequential, and we're actually going to be seeing that this final round will yield that full buy for TODAK, as they're going to be thinking ahead here. How are we going to come up with our defense to really try and stem the tide?
Well, I mean, so far a couple of things have been working. Oh, did they just go? Okay, looks like they're gonna go 4 ops, and it looks like they are positioning themselves super angrily, super aggressive as they all walk out to try and strut their stuff. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I don't think we've seen this kind of setup here, but the Doctor is going to punish Adrian King straight away, but the shots coming here for the wall banks. The Doctor only on 30 HP remaining. Not sure if he incurred more damage from that or from the push from Adrian King, but right now we'll see that the attack side is going to be really scattered. Only going to be 2 players on the long, but might get a bit more reinforcements as they're trying to gather a little bit more intel, but of course we will have super assists hanging out by Heaven.
The moment that drone kind of like flies into A site, the first thing that it notices is that, oh, there's not a lot of people on the site. I'm gonna go look at Heaven. I'm pretty sure that he spotted out the open, and now they take the site and look to set the bomb up as the rest of as the rest of Boom is looking to start pushing into A.
Oh, and they already have the plant down, but the retakes have been pretty good here from Boom in Esports. But now Rolling Thunder goes in, hits his teammate there. Super Assist is going to be in trouble. Popping through the smoke there. Senna picks another one. Balto and the Doctor will be cleaning up a flawless round. So will this actually give the momentum here for TODAK? We'll have to find out as we're going to be swapping over, and hopefully the defense will be solid.
Well, I mean, they've got a 6-round differential that they have to kind of close the gap on. They can't afford to lose too many rounds, and yeah, so 2 force buys would mean that they lose the game right off the bat. But Boom right now, I gotta say they are just crushing it. Really just crushing it.
I think it's really exemplary skill, not just on their individual play, but how they're able to coordinate. And that's really evident in them being able to retake sites and also to maneuver themselves to take advantage of certain pokes and prods that we see coming out from TODAK. We have seen them have some individual plays moving down different avenues, and they're getting punished for it.
Yep. And as they stick their heads out, Boom once again playing this nice, slow, methodical game. Faultline is going to come through, hits Raze as she is trying to exit out of garage.
And there's actually quite a bit of heavy defensive presence here on the C, but the decision here is going to be moving towards that B side, and we're seeing Adrian King already moving in here, going to be using the Leer to try and create space, but look at the stack here on the C link. They might be able to push in here once the smokes are going to dissipate. Currently, dark cover is going to still be remaining here. Oh, the paranoia could be good here. Adrian King is going to go down, and now there's only one player left here for TODAK, but he's still going to be able to take down Duka. Oh, now, sorry, it's actually Boom who only has the one player.
Yep, but he doesn't check his right here? No? Oh, no, they're just on the other side of the wall. But looks like Breach, he's holding his position. They know where each other are. Oh, the flick coming off the Doctor. First shot doesn't land, but the second one is the charm.
Oh, and they're going to be sealing the pistol round win here. So this might exactly be the tonic that we're going to have to come out from the Malaysian team if they want to try and get the momentum to swing in their favor. But hopefully it's not too little too late. They have a little bit of buffer, just not a lot of it, but they are going for. Now, we did see on Ascent, they did manage to get a pistol round win as well, but the counter to that was exemplary from Boom Esports. I wonder if we're going to see that in this round.
Yeah. As they look to push on through, let's see, the round is already about to begin, but they sure that B, Duka is able to find the kill onto Blaze King. B side is not safe anymore, and you can see the rest of the team just kind of jiggling around. Reyna knows that she's in danger, quickly goes in, but the fault line is coming on to garage side as they quickly try and push on through. Paranoia as well. Balut is going to find the first one. They're all trapped inside, and that's going to be a clean, easy, flawless round coming out for TODAK.
Nice and easy from the Malaysian team, and you know, they managed to make sure that there was not going to be any mistakes made against this full eco coming out from Boom Esports. Boom Esports will have the full buy going for them. It's a little bit in contrast to what we where they actually forced buy on the second round after losing the pistol just to be able to counteract, but they are setting their sights on the longer game. They want to be able to do it, but with that, we are still seeing that there are going to be 3 Spectres on the board, and they're still going to be able to afford that up.
And they once again, they try this onto garage side, and the problem with garage is that it's very easy to kind of close out. If you're inside of it and you're past double doors looking to try and get into B, it becomes so much tougher.
Oh, Balto is going to get the first pick here. 2 players here from Boom going to be chasing him down. Suicide, but he is going to be taking down the Jet. But now there's going to be Adrian King. He's going to have to back out after all this utility is being expended here by Balto. Now the rotation is going to also be waging here towards the mid side.
Arn King is going to be able to take out Raze with a single, with their headshot here onto the sewer side. So that's going to be a lot more space that they can work with, because this opens up the map a little bit more onto A side. But you can see Sova, he's rotating towards B. The calls are being made as a lot of bullets are flying through B side as they keep on flashing. Breach in trouble, walks right into it, walks right into the bullets of his enemy.
Oh, the assist there from Subi after the Doctor is distracting his opposite number, but now looks like the push here is moving on to A side. The Sova Recon Bolt is going to be moving in, but the dark cover here is going to be working against Boom into Esports here. Subi is going to be hiding out here, picks off Adrian King straight away. He's going to be backing up, preventing the refrag, and now the retake is going to come in from TODAK for V2.
Yep. They need to hold on to their guns here, so the rest of the team jumps on in. The tailwind already being expanded, updraft as well, keeping it confusing and making sure that the perspectives are always distorted. One person is just looking up, the other person is looking at the flank. They lose line of sight of each other, and they now are isolated.
Oh, great play coming out from TODAK. Now, they did lose 2 of the players, but again, they only had, or rather, they had 2 Spectres, so this allows them to upgrade effectively and not to much detriment. But now, because because of that, Boom, and they did lose out on their full rifle round. So this is going to be a slippery slope unless they can get this back. They're going to be taking all sheriffs, and I think as long as TODAK plays this carefully, they should be okay. But again, we did see TODAK also take a similar round against Boom Esport in the first half.
That's the thing about TODAK, because you never really know when they're going to be like popping off on that round. It's all about that first pick for both of these teams, and Boom, they like to play it slow to get their first pick. And there we have it. That's going to be Baltu being able to get that first pick onto Boom, as TODAK now can be a little bit more aggressive because that first initial kill is going to be so important.
2 first picks there for Balto in a row, so that's going to really be helping his team. But oh, look at Blaze King. He's all the way here on site, and Senna is none the wiser. Not a lot that he can do. He's going to be backing out, preventing the refrag, but now Subi will be cleaning things out. But Balto is going down here to super assist, so this is a lot of damage done. The Doctor, though, he's going to be able to shut down the Jet. Now, Spike is going to be in the garage tunnel for the time being, but oh no, this is tragedy here for TODAK as they lose another gun here on that eco round for Boom Esports.
But at least they finally traded here, because the last one, Sova, is on scene long, and boom! There we have it. A perfect headshot coming from Aduka, bringing it back on the defender side. I mean, honestly, these teams are making it look like, you know, the defender side are the more advantageous side.
Yeah, exactly. And now, you know, that final round win on the attacking half here for TODAK looks as though it's really helped the confidence here from the Malaysian team, as they've really been able to string all the 4 rounds so far on their defensive side together, and this might be just the tonic that they need. But it is going to be another gun round, and it's going to be all rifles. No op being taken here for Boom, and we'll see if this is going to be panning out better for them.
Yep. And once again, we can see that Boom is trying to make a push onto A this time round. The smokes have already gone to the entrances as they push through sewer side with the Owl drone. And here's how it gets scary very quickly. Without the information here, Owl drone, he sees one person, but he doesn't notice the Jet who's a little bit closer. That's going to be Aduka rotating around to make this happen. Oh, he plays the first pick. Sova comes out with a short peek, and that's going to be the end of that attack.
Great little double peek coming out here from the 2 TODAK players. They're going to be able to clean up house on that short side, and once the Empress was popped, they kind of knew that the push was going to be coming, and now there's going to be a separate one moving through the right side of things here. He spots him out. Senna gets one, not the second. Blaze King will be able to get the refrag, but now he's going to be backing out ever so slightly. 2 players still up here, then looking to try and catch the rotation, and Balto, he's going to be falling foul to this, as now this is going to be opening the doors a little bit here to see, as it's a little bit unknown how they want to try and rotate and deal with this.
Yep, they're trying to figure out where they're going, but now with the Hunter's Fury, at least they're getting a much better idea. You want to plant the bomb? No, thank you. We're going to buy some time until the rest of the team is in position, and you can see they're all going to be pushing in at once. Jet is ready to go, followed up by Subby behind them, and Breach, he's going to create the distraction as they are already onto the site.
Oh no, TODAK is losing 2 players here straight off the bat. The retake is not going to be very effective here, and this might be the round here for Boom to take it. Notorious is going to be able to pick off Subi. Not a whole lot that he can do. No movement abilities available to him all the way into the back C site. So, oh my goodness, I think, you know, TODAK, they had the time to work with there, but they were very quick to move, and the recon bolt didn't expose too much there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should have just double peeked. I mean, if they are going for the flank, they have to make sure that they peek at the same time, so there wasn't it wasn't really necessary for Jet to actually try and get that elevation and then look to start making sound. They could have just played it a lot slower. They had plenty of time on that bomb. Had they just taken their time a little bit more, I think it would have been a lot cleaner.
I like that Subi did, you know, delay the plant as much as possible, but we'll see how this pans out in this round. They are going to be putting on Dark Hunter through the smoke there. Doctor is going to get the headshots, but on the other side, we are going to see Aduka going down here after he's peeking through garage door. They're streaming here onto the seaside, and now we're going to have to see the retake come again here from TODAK, and we're going to have to see something better.
Yeah, it looks like the Doctor tried to make the hard read, saying like, after I get that first pick, okay, let's go towards A, because that's what they usually do, but instead, this time, Boom, push through the smoke, get onto the seaside, and now they are hunkering down, squaring off against their enemies from spawn and garage.
Oh, and And now with this retake, that we can start to see the push moving out here. The paranoia is gonna already make it difficult here for Super Sis to do anything. But Senna goes down, and so does Balto. This is a tragedy here for TODAK. The crossfires are gonna stitch them up. Asterix gets the 4K on the round as Boom Esports moves up to 11 points.
11-7 currently, but at least, you know, I can't even say that it's a healthy economy coming in for the side of TODAK here, because some of the members are going to be a little bit poorer than the rest. They can't all necessarily get their big gun buys on the same turn.
Yeah, they are going for the force buy now. It's not going to be the last round, potentially, but I think they want to give themselves some leeway. They need to strike back now. They can't afford to just lose this round for nothing, so they are going to try and go balls to the wall here and see if they can deliver. They are all streaming here onto this A long side and really not giving a lot of time here. And this could be TODAK having a bit of difficulty here on the retake just again here as Adrian King moving in here, but not spawning out in time. But Duka only gets two more players from TODAK going down, and now the retake is looking impossible.
Oh, there comes the Rolling Thunder, but it's basically absolutely not going to be used at all because everybody just had enough time to move out of the way. That's not exactly the best choke point to be using.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, I think Boom have managed to find the kryptonite for TODAK in this series, but in that particular round, the real quick push there onto A, I think it was going to be quite unique in its own right. That you know, it was a bit difficult for TODAK to try and cater for that. They had too much in the way of their agents spread across the rest of the map.
They're going to force buy again for the side of TODAK. They're going to be coming off with the SMGs with one of them with a Vandal there. But once again, mid is going to be contested hard. Ball 2, he's got to make sure he's landing these shots and keeping track of the utilities used down on his side.
Oh, now pushing into the garage side. Doctor here holding this tight angle over here towards C tunnel. He's going to spot him out. He picks up one. He's looking for the second here, but the friendly paranoia is, or rather the paranoia is going to work against him here. Super Sisto, he's going to get taken down. Oh, the boom bot there is not going to allow him to dodge that bullet there. Adrian King is going to get him and also back out all the way here onto C long. Only it's actually going to be a 3-on-3 now.
Yeah, 3-on-3, and they still have a full minute to kind of work out their stuff, hoping that, you know, TODAK would use more of their utility. The Alpha drone has come down onto C side. He sees absolutely nothing, so now he has to go check it himself and make sure that Breach is in position as well as he goes towards B, and Jet is probably going to be chilling by the connectors from A.
Yeah, getting that early intel as to where the presence of all these players are going to be is going to be absolutely crucial. It's hard for the defense to try and cover everything. I think for the most part, they're going to either have to get the early intel or they're going to have to play retake already here, depending on how Boom wants to try and approach this. But there's no reason why they shan't stream onto site currently. This is going to, again, be reflected in the positioning we see from TODAK.
Yep, once again, they're just waiting for the right opportunity. It's going to be 18 more seconds, and since it's definitely not it, because you can clearly see everything, and you haven't seen anybody walk through the B entrance while Sova is making sure that he is covering the garage window. He's going to see Radar. That's going to be the first pick, and now the call is being made. Breach, again, exact same situation.
Yeah, and Subi in the right place at the right time here to take down Adrian King, and now with the Blaze Storm on hand, this is going to be TODAK's chance. But last time they were in the street, B2 retake, it didn't work out too well for them, and oh, Blaze King and Asterix, they're going to get the first 2 picks in this similar fight, and now only going to be the Doctor left. He gets 1, but he's got his utility out. It's not going to be good, despite the fact Asterix is blind. Boom is going to be able to take it away. It's a much closer round here, or closer map, but Boom will be able to do it 13-7.
After that quick defensive hot streak from TODAK, winning 3 in a row, they weren't able to get past that, ending the score at 13-7. Boom is going to move on.
Oh, and that's going to be so disappointing here. The comeback not working out for TODAK, but of course, it was a very one-sided first half, which did allow the lead to be distorted in such a manner. And yeah, it was always going to be uphill battle. So with that means Boom Indonesia, after playing 2 matches in a row, they're going to be streaking ahead in Group C, and they're going to be here on that to win. And now with only 1 match left remaining, I think it's they are all but confirmed here for the next stage.
Ooh, this is so tough. I mean, the competition is getting steeper and steeper and steeper, and I think that in these situations, TODAK is much, much better when it comes to the attack, because then they can really start taking their time. I think their post-plant situations are really, really nice in comparison to Boom. Boom overall, I think they're great on. They're really, really smart on the attack. Their defense, I definitely think it's going to be a little bit more on the composition to kind of help them out here, because playing it classically like this without the Cypher, without things that help take you, tools that help take out lurkers or give you the information on the lurkers, somebody's going to have to peek, and Jet has been doing, Asterix has been doing an absolutely phenomenal job.
Yeah, and really, I think I think TODAK, of course, do want to play this kind of game, but both lineups not taking the Cypher when it comes to this particular match or this map, and because of that, they both have to be vigilant. So they know the risks of what's going to happen here. So, anyways, I think these teams, they do prefer to have a little bit more flexibility how they want to try and deal with it. But of course, whether or not that they're going to be able to really clean things up nice and tidy, set each other up for trades and refrags is always going to be paramount, and sometimes we're seeing some of the players stray a little bit too much here and there, but I think overall the coordination from Boom Esports has been absolutely exemplary, and definitely going to be something for other teams to aspire to.
I think one of the things that we can note off of this game are are those initial picks and who gets them, because from TODAK, it's got to be Aduka. He's got 4 First Bloods, and comparison to Superstitious, who's really actually been nailing some of these shots on Aduka, who comes out with the operator, and sometimes even the Marshal, boom, pre-fires him knowing where he's going to be. I think TODAK have to get out of the habit of, setting up in the same positions multiple times in a round.
Yeah, I think, unpredictability is always going to be the name of the game, I mean, we got so many rounds to play in each half, and because of that, it does allow for a lot of flexibility, and let's not forget that, Boom Esports, they did have that little bit of unpredictableness about their play, and I think that was the most evident on Ascent when they were on defense, and Adrian King with the Phoenix play, pushing out with the ultimate and, just trying to close things out on the B lobby side. Absolutely devastating. And that's really shown in the kind of scoreline that we had on our first match. It was 13-3, so really devastating. But TODAK, they've done quite well to really make it a lot closer here in the second map.
Yeah, I definitely think if they could have they really got to get themselves together on the defensive side. They need to be more coherent with the movements. Yes, they are very loose, which allows them to be flexible, a little bit more unpredictable once the chaos is kind of died down, and then they play for those 2v2 or 3v3 skirmishes. They look a lot better in those situations than full 5v5 team play.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is all here for this match here between Boom Esports and TODAK. So, this has been a fantastic series, but Boom Esports coming out on top with the 2-map win. So, we are going to be taking our leave as we are going to be moving ahead towards our next match. So, we're going to toss it back to the analyst desk. Thank you for watching. I'm PlayOfTheJay. He's Gideon Q, and we'll see you a little bit later on.